You wanted to see me, sir?
Evening, Major. How are you?
I'm fine.
Good. Oh, I'm sorry. Come in. And come in. By all means, make yourself at home.
Thank you.
How's the wife? And the kids? Good, I hope?
They're fine.
How are things in the northern sector? Have the rebels given you any trouble recently?
It's been pretty quiet lately. Unusual, but I can't complain.
Splendid! You know what? That's actually amazing. I guess those traitors finally realized what's what.
Indeed.
Oh man, I remember those days, carefree and uneventful. But now, a whole country's depending on me and half of them want my head. Just another day at the office, eh, Major? Am I right or am I right? Okay, on to business. Now, it appears in the last few months, our opposition has gained quite a lot of ground with outside forces. Which will, of course, create tension for us if we're not careful in our dealings with our neighbors. As I'm sure you're well aware, we've got plenty of sanctions by the UN. But of course, all that red tape and paperwork means nothing when it comes from them, of all people. However, the real threat is if a superpower such as China or the US decides to back the rebels by giving them weapons or tactical support. And of recently, they seem to be leaning in that direction, and quite frankly, it's not good for us.
Sounds like shit's about to hit the fan.
Exactly. That's what I like about you, Major. You've got foresight. The real question is one that is a matter of time. Now, I don't consider myself a saint by any means, but I do consider myself much more merciful than my father. And heck, if I even opened up the markets after he died, and our economy flourished. But there's still the question of why so many people, our people, and other nations are knocking on our door to initiate a war. It's only a matter of time until NATO forces infiltrate our borders with weapons and even covert agents, and do God knows what.
I don't think they'd do anything that stupid. Not to mention how strong our border security is. It'd be impossible.
Never say never, Major. As you know, I'm one of 4 sons of the previous leader. Now, I'm sure you're well aware of our duties under our father's command.
If I'm honest with you, I don't actually know.
There are 4 directions, Major. North, south, east, and west. To the east and south, we have the South Pacific. And to the north and west, we have 2 neighboring countries with my father's legacy stretching across the border between said countries, reaching 20 feet thick and almost 100 feet tall for over 500 miles. That's a lot of wall, Major.
Yes, it is.
Then explain to me why in the hell we were able to capture 5 Special Forces NATO operatives 3 miles outside the damn capital, huh? Huh?
Oh, that's strange.
Yes! Yes, it is. Now, Major, you mentioned earlier that you were ignorant to the duties that my brothers and I performed under my father's rule. I'll tell you exactly what we did. The 2 youngest brothers were given the duty of protecting our shorelines on the east and south. The second oldest was given the western flank because he married a girl from our western neighbor, an ally. I, on the other hand, was given the honor of protecting our northern border. Now, when we were building the wall, our border was constantly under siege. However, I didn't let a single foreigner cross into our country. If they got too close, we shot them. And it's probably for that reason that our neighbor to the north joined NATO. You know what the real kicker is? Back in those days, the news was always reporting that we were bad guys. All their footage was from enemies' perspective. Now, many believe, including my brothers, that the stigma my father gets from that time was mostly due to me. But you know what? For God and country, I kept our nation pure and untainted by northern blood. And in the 25 years that I was in command of the North, not a single enemy spy entered our country, and surely not 5 foreign special forces! All I'm saying, Major, is that I find it rather coincidental that in the years I've not been guarding that northern clay, things have re-escalated. Now, I'm not above immigration, or giving our people more freedom, but there's an order to which these things will happen. But when I entrust an officer to protect our northern border from a country that hates us, I expect him to do his fucking job. Because Lord knows if I'm killed by NATO operatives, my brothers will call for war. Then the rebels would probably start the revolution, our economy would collapse, and then all of a sudden, we're a fucking third world nation.
Sir.
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to fucking hear it. You've shown where your loyalty lies. You could have single-handedly thrown the balance of power into chaos. As someone of your rank, I expect your treason to be at least well thought out.
What are you gonna do to me?
Me, personally? Oh, I'm not gonna do a damn thing. There are more pressing matters.
You're gonna let me go? Just like that?
Just like that.
Non, rien de rien.
never said I'd be the one to personally do it. I don't do the dirty work anymore. So unfortunate for the Major. Now, how shall we kill you?
Mes chagrins, mes plaisirs.